Hello, everyone. Good morning, guys. Module 1, Basics of Reality Transurfing. So, guys, introduction to Vadim Zealand's concepts. So, reality transurfing talks about important concepts. Some of them are the alternative space. Second thing is the wave of fortune, pendulums, law of balance, okay, excess energy potential, um, slides, inner intention, outer intention. There's a lot of So there are a lot of concepts that Vadim Zeland talks about, and I'm here on a journey to explain everything one by one, as well as explain stuff because explaining will make me understand this better. I mean, and so you guys as well. When you understand this, when we have a live session, you can recap, tell me what you understood, can as well show this to people that are interested in this in your life, your relatives, people you love, you care about. So the first thing is pendulums and their influence. Okay, guys, I think we talked about pendulums, but it's worth mentioning it from a different perspective. So basically, guys, as you navigate through your life, like I said, there are some benevolent pendulums. I mean, I basically like to think of them as, like coronaviruses, But, there are some good pendulums, right? There are some destructive pendulums. And to be honest with you, it doesn't matter. Your focus has to be is your focus has to be, I mean, you have to be focused and you have to understand what is that. So basically, there's also a concept called a wave of fortune. What does that mean? So basically, some fortuitous circumstances happen to you in your life, right? You're on a wave, you're surfing, right? You're surfing on a golden wave. Okay, and so let's say you stumble across a pendulum, or a pendulum noticed you, tried to throw its hook onto you. Okay, something unexpected happened or something bad happened, maybe, right? And so if you do not give it attention, like if you think of this, if you think of this situation, or if you think of pendulums trying to hook onto you as a good stuff, as a good thing. So Vadim says that there are two ways for each. Um, so every event has two ways that will influence your life. So if you react negatively, if you don't know about this alternative space, if you react in a bad way, and if you think of it in a negative way, this is the path you will endeavor, and this is exactly what's going to happen to you. On the other hand, if you perceive this event to be benevolent, a new start, or a sign of success that you're having, if you perceive it as, like I said, navigating through this alternative space, moving to your ultimate version of yourself. And if you encounter some pendulums that tried to hook onto you, but you gave them no energy, you can take that as an indication of success and growth and transformation into yourself. Because on one side, that could be a pendulum, but on the other side, that could be, that could be, so that could be a pendulum, or that could be something that is transferring you to becoming the version that you want. So let me explain this. So for example, um, just trying to see how to move this board. So for example, let's say that in order for you, for example, you maybe in, okay, maybe the life you envision. Okay, oh, here's the hand. Okay, so maybe the life you envision is existing here. This is your world where you are the master, you are feeling happy, everyone serves you, whatever the world is, right? And so imagine that. So you can think of this as a pendulum too, but imagine this is your reality, this is your world, right? And so this is a string. You are pulling a string, and this is you right now. This is you right now. You are moving. So there's a long way, or maybe not a long way. Who knows, right? So you are moving slowly but surely, or you are attracting the strings from the version of yourself, from the future reality of yourself. And so this lifeline is transforming you into the person you need to become. So for example, let's say, you are transforming yourself little by little, and then you are shifting your way into becoming the person you have to become. So basically, you are here, and let's say this version of you that lives in this reality is a very, let's say, muscular, strong. For example, I'm just saying, like, for example, you are very, you have a different hairstyle, you have energy, you emanate, and here you, for example, don't have that. And so, in order for you to get here, it's not a linear path. Besides encountering, some pendulums, as Vadim Zeland says, like when you visualize often, or when you transition, you may notice, if you observe, that you may encounter some pendulums on your way to transition. Like, you walk in the street, you see some people, that's exactly the same thing. You see some pendulums, they try to hook onto you, like dog bark at you, but this is not, it's not severe, it's not harm. Like, but you just notice your success. You notice that this is happening. So like I said, this is one thing that would happen, right? Not necessarily all the time. Sometimes you'll have benevolent pendulums coming to you, and you will have doors open to you that you never ever thought of. It's not only the bad things or the bad pendulum will try to hook into you. No. Another thing is, what I want you to keep in mind is, when you are attracting this version of yourself, like, you get these, like, you download data from your future self, or from your ideal version. Your lifeline will have to go through, let's say, for example, let's imagine, for example, that this is a maze, right? So in order for you to become this version, you would go through some, your lifeline will get closer and closer every time. And every time you get closer, you encounter some challenges that are made to make you the person you have to become, right? You never know sometimes what you need to be, what experience you need to have, what mindset you need to have, what like what habit you need to have, right? And so, but besides listening to your heart, like, if you know you need to go and exercise, get up and exercise, for example, right? Try to beat and defeat this laziness. Sometimes what will happen is, if you know what you need to do, but you are lazy, life circumstances or your lifeline, because you're still moving to your version of yourself, circumstances will happen in a way that will hurt you, so that you will end up having to go and exercise, right? So sometimes that could happen. And so, like I said, besides having pendulums trying to hook onto you, you might as well also encounter some stuff in life or situations where you would need to keep and remain positive. You know why? Because you never know. This situation may end up becoming on the other side of this spectrum. You may become, if you look at your life, and if you think of all the like all the bad situation, all the negative moments that you perceived at that time, you think of them as blessings, right? I mean, everyone had it, and I am so grateful and I am so thankful to God that, things happened the way they happened. I mean, maybe if maybe like, um, those moments made you the person you are today. Those moments made you stronger. Those moments made you into the person you are today, right? So I mean, never discredit any circumstance. Never discredit. You never know. So as you go through the maze, I mean, I call it a maze. You can call it whatever you want, but I'm just trying to give you an explanation that you never know what way, and that's it, and that's also one of the mistakes that I did, guys, in the past that I want to share with you. I was only thinking that I can make money through Amazon, only Amazon. And I dedicated 2 years working on the brand, getting stuff. That's experience. I'm very grateful for it. And this experience helps me up until today. But I was only focused on the means of getting this. So your focus always has to be, and please, like, keep in mind on the goal, right? So what your goal is, it's not money. Money is a resource that will come to you to accommodate you into your goal. Your goal has to be, for example, freedom. Your goal could be, you can name your goal, for example, feeling of security. So you have, for example, houses everywhere, you have cars, so your goal has to be the end goal. Like you have to see it in your head, the version of yourself, how you look, like where you live. That's it. That's it. And by working, by trying to start your business or follow your heart, whatever you feel like it. Like you feel like maybe you want to start this business, maybe you see a YouTube video, it's a sign. You need also to pay attention to signs. You see this video, you see that video, you try this, you try that, and eventually your comfort zone will be widened and you will get to your desired reality. Only do not make the mistake of the means. That was my mistake. I was always thinking like, oh, I know everything. This must be achieved this way because I think that's the only way to achieve this, right? I think this is the best way, and so I keep focusing on that. That's that, like even if you know that the only way for you, for example, to get from A to B or from A to Z, still be open, focus on the end goal, and let God, through outer intention, transform your life. You never know what circumstances, what situation is you would need to go through to end up on the other side of your goal. Guys, I love talking about this topic. It's an incredible topic. I hope you got me. Please, 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 if you have any questions regarding this exact lesson or this exact module, let me know in the comments or let me know in the post that I have for questions. I will be more than happy to answer your questions and I will be more than happy to discuss this further with you. Thank you so much for today, and I will see you on the next module.